Hello everyone, welcome back to another Smart Money Sundays. Hope you're all having a good week. I know Christmas is around the corner, but I know I'd get this video out for you for all those that are still trading during these markets. Again, guys, during this period, I like to take a break from the markets, a little holiday away from the charts, mainly because liquidity is drying up. So it's not the most optimal time to trade, but I am trading, I'm still trading crypto, just not FX, okay? Just because it's not as clean as you would like, mainly because of the liquidity drying up because banks are off. So nonetheless, let's just jump right into the video. So without further ado, let's go into DXY. Now, if you recall from last week's video, again, if you haven't watched it, I recommend you go watch it because you will learn quite a bit. I was looking for a pullback into this level, and then I was looking for a bullish reaction from this level. However, we didn't get that. We got a clean break of this low. Okay, so it looks like this demand is not going to hold. Okay, so what I'm looking at in terms of the higher time frame perspective is I'm looking for price to now come into my deeper demand level, my extremity of the zone, which is the 101 to the $100 level. Okay, now this is very likely going to come and get hit. The only way I will shift bullish now is if we start trading above 104. So if I see a surgence above this level and consolidation occur above the previous demand, then that would give me indication that price is ready to squeeze up higher, and then a break above this level would make me want to long this into 107. But again, I don't think this is going to occur, at least until we come into Q1 of 2024. So I don't think we're going to see volume like this occur until 2024, which is in January. So I don't think this is very much going to happen. But the scenario I see much more probable occurring is a pullback into 103 level to fill in all this gap, and then one last surgence into 101 before we start seeing pullbacks into this level, and then just consolidation. Okay, that's what I'm expecting until the end of year. Okay, again, remember, we're not going to have much volatility in the market now. So we have 2 weeks left until the year ends. Next week, I believe, is Christmas is approaching. So yeah, I'm expecting something like this to occur. So if you are going to be trading, the most optimal zones I'd be looking for buys is this level here. Okay, as soon as keep alerts on at the 101 level, because that is where I'd be looking for intraday scalps. Okay, my invalidation would be below at the previous weekly low, and then look to target the previous high. Okay, the previous weekly high, to come and get swept. But this is the optimal zone where I'll be looking for buys from, because if this does occur, this will be the best zone to be buying dollar from, right? The most discounted level. So that's sort of my idea in terms of the US dollar. Okay, again, I'll only flip bullish once we break above this level, but I don't think that's going to occur just yet because price is failing to hold the previous demand. So I think we're going to come down a little lower, swipe out this low before we see any surgence in buyers. So naturally, if I move over to euro dollar, now again, if you recall from last week's video, what did I say? When you have these prominent demand levels, okay, price likes to bounce off them before breaking them. So again, I was bullish from this level, okay, and again we got a nice bounce. We got a nice bounce from this level. Now from and price filled in previous imbalance, right? It filled in the gap. It came a little higher than I was anticipating, but nonetheless it's still not broken above this high, so I am still bearish on EU. But for now, what I'm currently looking at is I'm looking for this to come and get filled in 1901 in essence. Okay, so this is my target for EU. Now two things are going to occur because we have a gap open here, right? We have a gap that needs to get filled now. So previous gap has now been filled. Now we have a new gap that's going to get filled. So coming to Monday, how you want to be playing this is you want to look for two scenarios that are going to come into play. Scenario number one is if we see a slower pullback coming to Monday, Tuesday, something like this, then I'll be looking to short from 1.096 to come and fill this level in. So this is the zone where I'll be looking for scenario 1, and I'll be looking for lower time frame confirmations at this level, invalidation above the daily high, to then come into fill in 08.1. Okay, this is a nice 1 to 3 setup. That's sort of the scenario I'm looking at for scenario 1. Now the other scenario that I'm looking at that we will that you could take advantage of is if we come into Monday and we just come and fill this level in, then Tuesday London session, I'll be looking to long from this level, because remember, this is still a valid demand zone. Okay, this is still a very much valid demand zone that gave us a respectable bounce from this level. So even if we are going to break this low, okay, we're going to likely see some more bounces occur, right? Because it's clearly evident that there's a lot of buyers present at this level. So for intraday buys, I'd be looking for a buy given confirmations are present, right? Stop loss below the previous low and look to play the range, okay? But that's only if we don't come and fill in 1.09 first, and that's only if we come down first on Monday. So this will basically depend. These two scenarios will basically depend on how Monday price action plays out. That's why I like to stay out on Mondays and like to see how price likes to play. But these are the two scenarios my eyes are basically fixed on. Okay, so I want to be waiting to see how price reacts, but price will need to come and fill in this level. So that is my target for the new week. Now, depending on how it fills it, is how I'm gonna look to execute. Okay, so again, two scenarios: pull back first, then short, simple. Or if we get a fill first, then be looking for confirmations to long back above into previous supply. Okay, very, very simple scenario on EU. Now let's move over to BTC. Now, if you recall, I said I'm not really trading BTC, mainly because I'm anticipating range-bound activity. And if you look, that's exactly what we've been seeing. We've been seeing just range-bound activity occurring. We had a pullback earlier in the week on Monday, and then we just saw a bounce. Now we're likely going to see another range occur. Now, the way you can play this, okay, is by deviation. Okay, so the way I'd play this is, if I see a pull into 39k, okay, I'd be looking for a deviation to occur back into 40k, and I'd be looking for longs back into range highs. Okay, so I'd be looking for intraday scalps only. I'm not looking for swing scalps until January. Okay, I'm not looking to position myself until we come into Q1 of next year, because there is no point. We don't have enough liquidity or volume in the market. So if you are going to trade this, the best way or the optimal way to trade this is by playing the extremities of the range. So if we see a pullback or a break below the 40k level and then a deviation back above, it'll be easy buys back into 44k. Again, same scenario, okay, but just the opposite way. So if we see a deviation occur above, all right, this high, then it'll be easy shorts back into range lows to 40k. Okay, then you want to be looking for lower time frame confirmations once you see a deviation occur, stops above the previous high, and then target the range low. Very, very simple, 1 to 3 R's both ways. So that's how I'm looking to play BTC, but I'm not really focused on BTC, mainly because I'm anticipating range bound activity as we come into Christmas. My eyes are more shifted towards Ethereum and altcoins, which I am in with members, right? I'm in multiple altcoin swings with the team, okay, and that's mainly because of Ethereum. Now, if you recall from last week's video, I was looking for a retracement into this level. However, price gave us a deeper retracement, which is even better, because in terms of swing perspective, this is the swing low, this is the swing high. Price came back and retested the previous monthly high. So this is a prominent level. It retested that and gave us a good bounce. So now in terms, I'm still very much bullish because structure is still very much bullish. We've retested the 61% level. So as long as price stays above this level, let me mark this out like this. So as long as price stays above this box here, okay, I'm bullish, because basically what's occurred is structure is still very much bullish, okay, and we've had a expansion to retest and fill in this previous imbalance. Now what we're seeing is a smaller pullback occur. So what I'm looking for into the new week is a secondary expansion to come and target previous week's high. Okay, again, as long as we don't break below 21.26, we should see a buyers pull into the market. That is where I'll be looking for easy buys in on Ethereum, and then into my main swing target, as I showed you last week, into 2700, to what you like to call a Santa's rally, right? It happens sometimes when you have a low volume in the market, you do see squeezes in crypto. So that is sort of the idea I'm looking at when it comes to Ethereum. As long as this level holds, I will be looking for longs, tight in validation, so my risk will be tighter, okay, into 2700. It's nice 124.6R setup, so it's a very, very clean setup I'm looking for. But again, so we have a B, C, and then D, right? First take profit, previous week's high. Second take profit is our main swing objective, at 2700. So that is my scenario when it comes to Ethereum. Now let's move over to gold. So if you recall from last week's video, I did say I was looking for shorts from this particular level. But if you also recall, I said my invalidation would be above this high. Now what price ended up doing is it deviated above previous week's high, fucked off all those previous week sellers, and then reversed. So I didn't actually take any positions on this setup because it didn't really give me any confirmations. But in terms of what I'm looking for now, what my objective is 1986. Now I'm looking for price to come and fill this level here. So price is very much likely going to fill 1986. So again, it's a similar scenario to EU. So we have a gap that needs to get filled here, right? So this is all price inefficiency that needs to come and get filled. So the two scenarios I'm looking at for the new week is, again, Monday. Sorry, if we see a pullback come into Monday, then I'll be looking for shorts, okay, into 2030. Again, in validation above Friday's high. And then my target is 1986, which is a nice 1 to 3 RR setup. Okay, very, very simple. Now, in terms of longs, I will be looking for longs if price comes, the second scenario, if price comes below, straight below, right, it doesn't give us a pullback, then I will be looking for potential longs as long as this low is not swiped. Okay, so if this level looks to hold and I see some confirmations, I will be looking to long this fucker back into 2039, basically playing this as a range. So that's basically the two scenarios I see playing out. Now, I don't really see this low getting swiped, mainly because the dollar is gold is very much bullish on the higher time frames. So in terms of structure wise, I don't see this low getting taken. Okay, but again, because of low volume, I'm looking at more range bound activity. So I'm looking for more to play ranges if you're going to trade during this market. So this is the sort of two scenarios I'd keep my eye on, and they're the most high probable scenarios I'd be looking for, right? A pullback first, then it'd be easy shorts into 1986. And if we see a fill of this inefficiency first, and this level holds, so you're going to need more confirmations because you're going to need to wait to see if this low holds. If it does, then it's going to be simple longs once confirmations are met into the range highs again of 2040. Okay, so very, very simple setup. Again, if you guys saw value from this video, please do like and comment. Let me know where you guys are watching from as well. And with all that said and done, I'll see you guys on next week's video. Bye bye.